to playing your first postseason. Now it's finally here.
I can't wait, man. I've been very anxious, waiting for it, played through these last few games. Now it's right on the horizon. I'm very stoked for it.
It's officially the Bulls, Brook. What do you think of the matchup going up against Noah and those guys?
It's going to be a good one. I think, despite the record, I think we've matched up well with them all year. We've been right there and had our opportunities. I think you could easily, be 3-1 the other way. It's going to be a physical game, but I think we're ready for it. I got my bigs backing me up, Reg, Dre, Hump, I think we're all ready to go.
Were you doing any scoreboard watching out there today, or did you just find out after the game?
I found out when Sarah told me. When I was being interviewed by Sarah, that's when I found out.
You were on a team a couple years ago that won 12 games. I mean, how far have you guys come, to get to this point?
Yeah, it's really been an amazing journey, it's very surreal to think back at the PowerPoint presentations they'd show us, when management would come in and show us, renderings of the Barclays Center, and all the little factoids about how big Brooklyn is, all that stuff and everything, and finally be here now, and be on the verge of the playoffs. It's pretty incredible.
Brook, what's this year been like for you in terms of, coming off the injury, the Dwight Howard rumors, you make the All-Star team, now you're in your first playoff. Just describe this year that you've had.
It's been great, it's been more than I could ask for. I think that's due to, the teammates around me and the fans we've had.
Thanks, Brook. It's a battle. It's beat us 3 times, so we definitely got our work cut out for us. But I think it happened in the 7-game series. We're ready for the challenge and get to work tomorrow.
Do you prepare for it like Derek's going to play?
I don't know. I don't know. We don't know the situation there, so we just honestly don't even know. I haven't thought about it.
That's 48 wins for or 49 for the first time.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Like 50, like to see 50. There's always games you can look back on and say, we should have had those 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But 49 is a good record for in the East. And like I said, we're ready for the playoffs.
How much confidence right now does this team have going to the playoffs, do you think?
I think we're good. I think, everybody's semi-healthy now, and it's the first time in a long time we've had everybody full strength. So, we're definitely excited about that and feel confident that, we're playing at our highest level. We're tough to beat.
What would define a successful playoffs for you guys right now?
I don't know. We're just going to take it one series at a time.
Last time you were in the playoffs in 2010, you were playing with Carlos Boozer. Now you're going to go up against him. What's that going to be like?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to go up against Carlos. And, we had a lot of great memories, together in the playoffs. And, had a great time playing with him. And now I get a chance to face him and hopefully beat him.
Was it tough this week at all, knowing fully well you didn't know who your fate was, you didn't know who you were playing, you just had to go out and do your job, and you didn't play Monday? Was it tough to go through this entire week with the uncertainty?
Not really. No. I think we changed anything we did. Just wait. There's nothing really you can do. You can't control those things. So, just wait.
Darren, how confident are you going into the playoffs? You've been playing against basketball.
Yeah, I feel good. I definitely feel confident. I'm excited about being back in the playoffs. It's been 2 years since I've been there, so I'm ready to go.
You guys are playing the first day, Saturday. Does that help as well? You have to worry about waiting around an extra day to kind of get your juices going?
I think it's good. We got tomorrow and Friday to prepare, and then play Saturday. So I think it's good for us. I think it's good, like I said, because we're healthy, we're ready to go. Sometimes too long of a layoff can hurt you.
How does Derek change their team? Can you even know he hasn't played all year?
Yeah, his situation's tough. He hasn't played all season. And, I think Nate and Kirk have been doing a great job playing for him. So it's all about timing and rhythm and confidence. And so I think it's tough for him right now. But Derrick Rose is a former MVP, so you have to think if he plays, he's going to help that team.
How important is the playoff experience that veterans can lend in this locker room going into it?
Well, it's good. I think we have a lot of guys that have you know, have played significant minutes and you know, have won in the playoffs. You know, we have some guys that haven't been in the situation, but you know, a lot of the veteran guys have been in it. So you know, I think that's gonna be key for us. You know, staying together, staying focused, game to game, making adjustments, and you know, executing game plans.
You kind of go to them and, you know, kind of give them an idea what it's like. And kind of
We'll talk. You know, we'll talk tomorrow. We're gonna meet tomorrow, and you know, we'll talk about it. But you know, part of the, you know, being the first playoff experience is kind of just going in and playing, you know, and enjoying it, soaking it all in.
tell them how the level goes up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much different. Thank you.
Tough series. You know, they're a hard-nosed team, a blue-collar team, hard-working, you know, great defensive team. So, you know, we got to be on our P's and Q's, man, hitting on all cylinders. And, you know, like I said, in the playoffs, you can't take a possession off.
Do you feel like you guys have been hitting on all cylinders, and do you feel like that you would say that this team is playing the best basketball of the year right now?
I think we've been playing pretty good. You know, the ball's been moving great defensively. Guys have been on the same page, and at this time of the year, when click and gel and that cohesiveness is there, this is perfect timing for us. So, you know, we can take some of this momentum into the whole season and try to make something happen.
You're a guy who hasn't been there very often. Anything you tell some of the players who haven't experienced that or haven't been in the playoffs in quite some time?
Well, I can't really put it into words, man. It's just an experience that they have to, you know, go through, and you know, I can just tell them how the intensity is going to be, and you know that you can't take possession off. And, you know, it's going to be a tough series, but it's not like the experience that they're going to go through.
So when you look back on the season, you get nearly 50 wins, you get the number 4 seed. Was this a successful regular season for this team?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Could have been better. You know, we went through some dry spells to where, you know, it felt like it was hard to get a win, but we look back on it, man. Those times make times like this special. You know, we're still able to get a top seed, home court advantage. So, you know, we still got a lot more work to do.
What would define a successful playoff?
What would define it? Obviously, a championship. You know, if you don't win that gold ball, man, it's, you know, it wasn't successful. So, you know, like I said, man, we're gonna take it one series at a time, one game at a time, and just try to have fun with it.
Who do you like best about these teams right now going into the playoffs?
That, you know, guys are playing well. We're having fun. Our bench has gave us some great minutes, and that's probably the most important thing. You know, our bench is playing well. You know, we're playing well. So we need those guys to be clicking on all cylinders as well as stars.
Is it more difficult to scout an opponent or not going to know who you're going to play in the first round until really tonight?
Nah, it's not difficult because you know, we still have work to do. We still have another game to play, so it doesn't matter if we're playing in the postseason. The fact that we know now, you know, is the most important part. You know, we've seen the board a few times this year, and we're gonna have our work cut out.
I feel like you missed out on something not playing the Hawks, your former team.
Nah, not at all. You know, it didn't matter to me who played, honestly.
What do you really expect? What's the biggest challenge?
Well, I don't expect nothing different from what they've been doing in the regular season. You know, playing hard night in and night out. I mean, you got two pretty good teams who came into the arena and they broke it. So we know what they're capable of, and we definitely got to take them right.
You mentioned jail earlier. Was there a specific moment or a specific game when you at the end set in the team?
Nah, I can't really pinpoint one game, man. You know, it's been fun. It's been fun. I mean, part of you know, history, man. Getting a chance to play here in his first year. Yeah, watch out. Getting a chance to play here in his first year in Brooklyn. So you know, it's been an amazing ride.
What do you expect from the first game of the crowd, the excitement first time here?
I expect for it to be, you know, chaotic, man. I think, you know, Brooklyn's definitely going to come out and give us, you know, all the love and support that they've done throughout the regular season. So I think it'll be even more hostile than in the playoffs.
Thanks.